Hello everybody, welcome back to Wappelville. Welcome back to our Orktober. We're gonna do Banner Guy right now. Little Bad Moon. That's right. What's to do with the T-shirt? Not this guy. This guy over here. So yeah, we got this thing. We'll try and do that on the banner here. Same deal with the bases. Same to Hey there, Armored Wolf. So again, what's nifty about this kind of pre-glaze is that I can do it while I'm reading the chat. Serious, I'm not actually looking at the miniature right now. So if the brush might not be hitting it, that's because I'm not actually looking at the miniature. I don't know, there's a part of me that just says, maybe I should go back to the uniglaze. That's what we'll call this, the uniglaze. All one color all the time. Just so that I can look at the chat and be able to paint simultaneously. Because seriously, I'm not actually looking at the miniature right now. I'm just kind of roaming around the miniature, just like, hopefully we need some over here. Hopefully we need some over there. I know we got to get down some of that between the legs and between his arms over here. Like so. Now, I did actually get that video filmed. Now I have to try and get that edited and rendered at least by tomorrow afternoon. And uploaded, that's right. I knew there was a third component to that somewheres. So again, yeah, Halligan, in a little bit there, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. If you want to share links to all your 2D art stuff, that'd be great. So Crazy Wolf again, great to see you in here, and actually Clinton Hobbies again. I know I always ask folks to share stuff in chat, but as soon as you've got yourself some pictures, oh, he's got grenades. Didn't see those before. All right, pre-glaze. Just like what we did with Big Boss. So this was last night's stream right here. Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man. And we're gonna do this. Let's see just how dry some of this stuff is. All right, so still not quite dry on some stuff, especially where we put more of our radiant colors. Yeah, more of our radiant colors. All right, let's do this now. Just start taking some of this here away. There is, there's one other guy that is that is based in prep. Obviously, I would really like to be able to do a stream on Sunday, of course, well with the Kathy miniature. But like I said, I probably I think I'll be gone here way too soon. Because some friends again, they want me over at their place on Kathy's birthday on the 29th, which was supposed to be much easier before, well, Wednesday happened. Yeah. I wasn't supposed to be quite as logistically difficult as it's become now. A little bit more challenging. Yeah, let's take some more off. Let's do one more round of sponging. Let me see. I think it's 51 degrees out there now. And of course, yeah, that's the other problem with the whole garage thing is now we have to build when it is colder. And that's not how this was supposed to happen. Of course, I guess if they say, you know what, we can't build anything there the rest of this year, I'll be like, well, whatever. Well, whatever. It's not like there's anything to put in it. So I suppose the fact that it's at least gone, that's the most helpful thing. So yeah, if we were to get, I don't know, 4 inches of snow tomorrow, I wouldn't have to be out there trying to knock snow off of a roof. So yeah, Halligan, I think in Minnesota, I think it was in the low 40s there maybe. So yeah, well, it was 71 degrees today. So actually, as of about 6 o'clock, it was 71 degrees. But then here in Chicago, that whole, well, it's going to drop 40 degrees in about 20 minutes. That's it's not so unusual. Oh, and Halligan, again, sorry about the The game that should have been won on Saturday, I still still not so sure about that whole fair catch call thing. I don't think there's not too many mega games slated for tomorrow, are there? I mean, there's a Pac-10 or Pac-12 or Pac-3 or however many are going to be left. I think it's, oh, is it Oregon and Washington? No, it's Oregon and Utah. I don't know. So yeah, Halligan here today. I was not expecting it to be 71 degrees today. All right, pre-glaze is set. Now we grab Filberts and we proceed here. Let's get some of that junk out of the way. And again, sorry that there's stuff on the palette, but that's not much I could do about that. I had no time to make a new one there. Yeah, Halligan now. Well, let's see. Actually, well, Halligan, I think Wisconsin has to play Ohio State, right? So I think you should be good in the West. Right, well, I mean, well, you got to take care of business. Then all bets are off if they're not doing that. However, I do believe, yeah, Wisconsin probably going to rack up an L. So I'm just trying to think who else. Ain't gonna be Minnesota. Ironically enough, yeah, I know. It's like, well, obviously that didn't go so well up there in Minnesota, but well, no, actually that was at home. Forget that. As evidenced by the alternating bands of black and gold. Here, I'm just gonna shove this down in here. We're just again trying to indicate some of our lights and darks here. And Halligan, obviously, basically there's about 3 teams playing for a national championship. You just wouldn't mind having at least a chance to play in the Big Ten championship game. That wouldn't be terrible. Now I am going to shift over to my reference here to see what we want to do with this. I think we will go, yeah, let's go stronger with the yellow here. All right, where the heck did that brush go? There you are. Yeah, Halligan, it's always, actually, Halligan, wasn't there, now this is, of course, in the pre-playoff era. I could swear there was a Rose Bowl where Iowa won that. It was kind of like not the usual thing like it happened all through the 70s and the 80s. I could swear that Iowa did win a Rose Bowl in the pre-FBS or whatever era. Hey there, Megan. Everybody say hello to Megan. Oh, here we got. There's we have these, and there might also be some other fuel. So if you notice that it's gonna be, there's a hole in the atmosphere, or at least a slight fissure in the ozone layer there, that would be contributed by directly by Megan. So we appreciate that, of course. thanks, Megan. I'm not kidding. There was a part of me that just said, why don't I eat all of these right now? It would be quite the explosive stream. So again, Megan, that's really great to have those. And I was actually kicking myself earlier today. I said, oh man, I think I should have looked up some chocolate-covered raisins on Amazon, but all taken care of by Megan. So thank you so much. All right, let me get a little of this on our skelly friend here. And now look, some teeths. We have teeths. Oh, there's teeths over there too, but we'll worry about those teeths later. We're going to get ourselves a little more of our light here. Again, don't blink. It happens pretty quick. And again, Halligan, if you wanted to share, oh, same thing, Megan, if you want to share your link. Now we got some folks in the chat now, so if you want to share your link tree, please go ahead and do so. Yeah, Megan, the Instacart thing, I'm not that I haven't heard of. Well, maybe on the periphery. And it actually, ironically enough, it came from Jewel. That's the same store that, say, my sister would go to when she's going to be bringing stuff here. So I think it's probably from the exact same Jewel that she goes to. I wouldn't be surprised. I actually, oh, Megan, I actually sent her a picture. I sent her a picture of that. I sent her I sent her a picture. I'll have to ask her tomorrow. Say, hey, do you think that maybe this is the same Jewel on Archer Avenue? So everybody, please check out the check out the link there that that Halligan posted. Some 2D art and some historicals. So again, sorry sorry about the voice being messed up here. Needless to say, I just finished filming a video. So it's sort of like I've been streaming for the last 2+ hours. So again, apologize for that. It could be a little bit on the gravelly side. And that's with me with a cough drop right now. But Megan has kindly procured one of our critical medicine ingredients, and that is now well stocked. All right, now let's get some of the dark in here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now here, a little bit more of this. Now let's switch around here. Some indigo, some Van Dyke brown. We do this, and then we do this to make this darker, like this. So we'll just, yeah, we'll make this dark right here instead of trying to fool around with a lighter band. Let's just have that be darker. And maybe darken this down a little. This too. Now let's get ourselves a wee bit of... There it is. That's the one I'm looking for. How's about some Terra Rosa? Get some darker rust out here. We already have all this stuff sitting out here from our hobbitses, so let's use this. Hey there, Judge Dredd. Judge Dredd, please go ahead and if you got an Instagram, I think you do, right? Because didn't I see that on the Instagrams? So at the at MMSI, and actually a Judge Dredd. Okay, so Judge, definitely share that if you could. So Judge, hopefully that's something that maybe, well, it'll be more difficult to do that now. So, glad it's not now. Of course, it could have been worse. I could have been an Adepticon. And the irony is, Halligan, that I'm pretty sure the reason why they were out roaming around is because it had been 81 degrees during the day. So if it had been like today, or if it had been in the 40s, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have been around here. Now I'm just going to get me a little smidge of this over here, and that's a little bit. Now again, this is just our dark rust color. We will be going further up the chain, but of course we want to let this have a chance to set first, don't we? So again, we're going to chuck a little bit of our rusty type stuff over here as well. Now let's do some teethy things here. I don't think they have to really be super even, actually. So we'll just it's orky anyway. And no, this is not Evil Sons. Oh, Death Skulls. That's my blue guys, the Death Skulls. So great to see you again there, Nurgle Matthew. Appreciate everybody being here, of course. We could do some checkers around the outside. You know, that would be pretty wild, wouldn't it? Maybe we need to do that. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Something maybe tells me that that's something maybe we need to do. So again, Megan, if you haven't had a chance to share your link tree yet, yeah, we got some folks in the chat. No time like the present. Now what? We'll just do it this. If it's I mean it's orky here. It doesn't have to be super even or whatever. It's all orky. So again, there he is. There's the again, not the emissary, not the but that's the harbinger of decay. Of course, now with visions of chocolate-covered raisins, I am thinking even more about the harbinger of DQ, as in Dairy Queen. Now, where's that blending brush that I could use? There. And one more little spiky thing right there. Okay, so that works. Let me see what might just happen if we were to try this. It could be kind of crazy there. Hey, geez, imperfect ideal. Wow, great to see you again. I hope that you're doing well. It's been a while. Great to see you. I know all the streams have been at weird times and such. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. That is much appreciated. Let me see. Maybe, well, let's see. Let's try this. This might just work. Yeah, instead of a bunch of little checkers, we'll just do something like this here, I think. So imperfect, what kind of, hopefully you've had a chance to do lots of painting over the last several months here. We'll start like this, and let's see if we can build into that. Again, if it doesn't look like it's going to work, we'll just change that up. I'm going to put another one in here. So we're going to go halvesies, and then we'll go halvesies and halvesies, and then halvesies again. Imperfect ideal, sorry I haven't had a chance to do much in the way of painting. I mean, that is kind of, that it can happen, right? It happens. There's always crazy life things. Now let's see if we do one here, and then we do one here, we might be okay. We'll just have to make a little bit of a change there. Actually, here, let's move this just down a little bit. So we'll go like this, and then we'll go like this, and then we'll go like this. Thanks, Armored Wolf, for posting the link to the GoFundMe campaign. Actually, well, we had another contribution to that earlier today, so that is appreciated. So many thanks. And obviously, given the current situation here, any contributions to that will certainly be appreciated. Because, well, we're already trying to figure out, okay, so what are the logistics of getting to Adepticon with all the stuff necessary? That's the key thing, is there with all the stuff. So imperfect ideal, this was a very simple, yeah, uniglaze, yeah, we were making fun of it, calling this the uniglaze, where it was essentially just Van Dyke Brown and Mars Black, and that's about it. If you check out the Hobbit streams that I did last month, those were very similar. It was just basically just some Van Dyke Brown, maybe Mars Black, maybe a little less Fulton. That's it, keeping it really simple. Oh, thanks, Armored Wolf. I mean, me getting here, it's like, okay, well, you do an Uber or something like that, no big deal. It's there's a wee bit of paraphernalia that comes along with me. And that's what I suppose we should clear that the painting paraphernalia, that's what comes with me. Usually paraphernalia is another that kind of has another connotation to it there. All right, here, let's move you up here a little bit. Like that, and let's move you up there so that we can move you up here. And, you know, here, let's just get that Mars Black out here. Where you at? Wrong shelf. This shelf. And we've been using the Gamblin Mars Black here. Let's do this right here. Yeah. And that's Imperfect Ideal. That's what we've been doing a lot of those. Oh, Imperfect Ideal. Where's, what did she, here we go. So we have also played around with it on a few streams very recently here. And I got to print out one of these so I can do a video on it. But actually the pre-glaze on these skin tones is Egyptian Violet. Yes, of all things, Egyptian Violet. Now let's do some of our Mars Black over here. Let's get some of the indigo in that too, just to, well, get that somewhat cooled down. Let's get some more of our thinner into this. Guess I just realized I used a bunch of it in the video. Again, my voice is a little bit on the gravelly side. I just finished filming a video right before the stream. This was the one that I was right in the middle of, and I was actually in the middle of the pre-glaze, and it was a uniglaze. But, well, then there was the banging on the door and all the other comedic stuff that ensued, so that footage was lost, so we had to start over from scratch. Now again, we're going to cut off a little bit of that in there, move this one up. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't do 2 rows of the checkers here. That would have been so small. Again, might not have read very clearly. I'm going to make that a little skinnier right there. Yeah, Tarzan. Well, I'm glad you were able to find some. You found the King of Violets, Tarzan. You found the King of Violet. That is good. Because, I mean, we joke about it all the time, but really, Egyptian Violet is the King of Violets, and everything else really is just purple. I've tried at least 3 other dioxazine violets, and, I mean, it's not like they're bad. You know, they're okay. They are not Egyptian Violet, though. Not even close. Alright, so we've got that in place now. I mean, oh, that was the other thing we were supposed to use this for. Was this right here. Good grief. I knew there was something. Like, there was a whole nother area I wanted to use that, and that's where it was. And then Tarzan, if you have any, if you got something that you can share, maybe, you know, some attempts with the oils or whatever you want to post that. Well, it's especially good for folks to see painted with oils, but also, you know, early pieces too. So that'd be fantastic. You know what? I'm gonna try and get me some more of my darks down in here. Yeah. Now just a little bit indigo. Some of the Mars Black in there. What are we? You know what? I'll just take some of this and we'll throw that here. And again, now it happens fast, right? That's 36 minutes. 36 minutes in. So here, let me get you over here. 1 second here. No, that is not what we're looking for. Not that either. Here. More darks around these motifs. I'm just waiting for that to set a little bit. It's the less glossy that is, the the more that has set, and then I can go back in there and start messing around with some of my freehand, of course. So everybody please check out that Instagram link that Tarzan posted. Again, some early results with the oil paints. Let's do some more of this. Dark down here too. Like this, sure. Yeah, Tarzan, and that's right. You don't have to battle it all at once, right? Don't have to do it all at once. A little bit at a time, of course, is the way to go. Let me see if I can do this here. 1 second. Ah, that's more like it. 1 second here. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. We're gonna get some of our violet. Yeah, here. Well, speaking of Egyptian violet, here, let's do this. Egyptian violet and some of the radiant violet with it too, and that goes into the shadow areas here. And everybody please check out the link that Tarzan posted. Offer lots of kind words and such. Yes, that's violet mixing with green. Because that's what the oils can do for you. That's not what you can do for your oils, but what your oils can do for you. And they can do quite a bit, as you can see here. Again, this is not even 40 minutes in. It was just primer 39 minutes ago. I'll throw some of that up there too. And a little bit over here. Some over there. Okay, and we'll come back with some of our green in a bit, but now we've got some of that purple down in there. Let's see if we can do something with a little smidge of freehand here. Radiate yellow. We'll just use this to kind of sketch this thing out. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier than the one we did on the guy's shoulder, which was that. Yeah, that little design there. Okay, and that goes pretty close to the edge. Fairly close to that edge. Let's move that up a little further. I think that goes all the way over here. And we're just going to start filling in a little bit here with our yellow. Let it mix with that black-ish brown. Because we won't be able to get some lighter stuff into this. You know what? How's about a little bit more of the Indian yellow at this point? A little more Indian yellow. And we'll do a little bit more of our lighter yellow into that. Again, back to the Indian yellow here. That will keep it from getting too kind of bland. Where's that? There's his nose. There's his nose. We'll do this. And around the side here. I'm going to actually do a little bit of this work here. I'm going to come back from the other side. Do some of this. And we're just going to etch out a little bit more here, a solidified pattern. Just because. Like this, and then Well, we can come back the other way too with our dark. Might as well do this now though with our lighter yellow. There's that blending brush around here somewhere. We'll use this one. Well, fine. We'll use this one. Again, just a little bit of tap, tap, tap there. And that's it. What are we doing here? Let's get this more of our light, especially over here. Especially like this. So yeah, that starts to have more of a turn. We need to get a little bit more of that light down over here, I think, and then up over here in the corner. That is a whole lot lighter. I actually push this back just a bit here too. Making a little bit of a change here. And that's the nifty thing about the oil paints. Especially with freehand. Super easy to make changes. Like what we're doing here. Yeah, we're just going to use this to a little bit of the blending brush routine. Like that. So yeah, Halligan, I'll send you some pictures. I thought I had sent you some. I'll send you pictures to, well, later tonight or tomorrow or something. That basically vehicle stolen at 5 minutes to 11. Garage started coming down at about 7:20. So just that many hours apart. And of course, the garage should have been already built months ago. Yes, by our expectation and our planning, somewhere around mid to late August is when the garage was supposed to be all built. But there was the garage saga, which you already know about, and then there's this new one. It's like some kind of weird Norse legend. There's all these sagas. We'd like it to be a little bit less of a Nordic legend. Let me get a little bit more of the yellow for our Bad Moon guy here, and then we'll have to. Oh, he needs a. She shows a little bit of an ear there on this one. Yeah, Nurgle Matthew, it's been is it a whole series of things that, well, it all kind of started with the tree was supposed to be gone in May, because the garage doesn't happen till the tree is down. The tree was supposed to be down in May. That didn't happen till August. And I don't mean August 1st. I mean more like August 20-something, I think. Yeah, it was definitely a wee bit later than that was supposed to happen. Now that's going to be red right there, that little thing there. Now let me see if I can get some of this down on here. Not too much, because that is, again, supposed to be kind of in shadow. This, however, does need to, at least according to what we did on our other ones there, we'll make that maybe yellow as well. Now we'll take, again, this has some Indian yellow in it just to make sure that it kind of maintains that intensity. Like this. So yeah, that was supposed to happen around May 27th or something like that. The crane was then broken, and the parts to fix it were not there for a long time, and then it was all of a sudden it was August. That was, again, not quite how that was supposed to work. And even this craziness with this thing, it's just because it happened to be so incredibly warm here that there was people out marauding instead of just, well, like they will be. I'm sure none of them will be stepping foot outside tomorrow, that's for sure. Now let's get a little bit more of our lighter yellow down in here. Some more over here. Oh boy, I don't want to get too much yellow on these teeth up here, because we want the yellow on the banner, right? We want the focus of the yellow to be there. However, that needs to have some yellow up there. That's, we'll wait on this. We'll wait on this here. I'm going to try and get some of my lighter grays in here. So we'll just add some of this to our, well, very dirty radiant gray. Let's start to maybe lighten up a few things here. We'll also maybe get the teeth there. He needs some eyes. Let's get him some eyes. Like that. And then we'll have to get some of our lighter tones on the skin as well. Yeah, let's give him some more of these little teeth here. I think, well, that's right. We did get some of our little violet glaze into that. Now, he doesn't have the weird sort of a combi weapon like the other guy did, that plasma. Now, I didn't know that too many orcs had plasma weapons, but I guess these guys do. Fine, we'll let this get a little bit lighter since they are facing up towards where the light's coming from. These maybe a little less so. Hey there, Danger Clothes. How you doing? Everybody, please give Danger Clothes a follow. So, Danger Clothes, I think you are streaming again tonight, right? And well, hopefully last night you were able to get a bunch of stuff done on stream. So, everybody, please give Danger Clothes a follow. I'll lighten this up a little bit too, right there. You know, I'll hold it this way. Again, with our hands nowhere near the metal ferrule of that brush, we can very easily do stuff like that. Let's throw some more of our light here. More on you. Also, this one here. Let's lighten this up, and then we're going to have to move this one up a little bit. I have to kind of change that around just a smidge. Okay, so that one gets moved up a little. This one gets moved maybe a tiny bit lower. And we actually just kind of shrink that one a bit. Yeah, Danger Clothes definitely been a long day here, so I concur with that. There, let's do some of this. Ah, there we go. Okay, so we basically eliminated one of the little teeths there, and that, I think that's going to help. Yeah, and now let's extend this out on the other side here. Thanks, Danger Clothes. I do wish that I had the again, I won't, well, I suppose. If I were to paint that on Monday, it would still be October. It would still be October to paint the that Armada Orc ship. Now again, I would have to get that thing prepped somehow over the next couple of days. So these are all from Hardcore Miniatures. This is 3D printed. And speaking of 3D printing, all of this, well, those are just leftover printing supports, of which we all have plenty. And by plenty, I mean vast piles of them. At least I do. Piles and piles of those things. See if I can't get a little bit of this kind of bluish gray on our grenades over here. I don't know if they're... I didn't know that orcs had frag grenades, or what is it? They're frag and crack grenades? I know there's frag grenades. I don't know what the other ones are. It's been too long. It's been quite some time. Really, since 4th edition. I mean, yes, okay, I did... There was obviously the 5th edition tournament and a few regular games, but mostly 4th edition for me. Okay, and now we'll... Do we go any... okay, fine. Here, let's... Almost forget about this over here. We'll lighten up this a little bit here on our metal surface. Like that. Again, everybody please give Danger Clothes a follow if you could. I'll probably still throw some more rusty type effects down here just because. And again, this is 54 minutes. 54 minutes ago, there was no paint on this. It was one of Landrast's, was it Blank Canvas Miniatures? I believe that's how he refers to them. Yes, the old Blank Canvas Miniatures. What would you pay for a miniature that had no paint on it so that you could paint whatever that you wanted to on there yourself? It's a very rare feature, of course. Not like every other miniature company also sells unpainted miniatures. Okay, you know, here, let me take this blending brush and do that. So, oh yeah, so Green Fairy, what do you have anything big planned for the weekend? Whether it's getting more of your painting stuff done. And of course, I don't know if you wanted to share your Shadows over Brimstone miniatures or not. I know those you can share. The other stuff, you know, you wanna be a little bit judicious just in case. They say, no, you're not supposed to show that here or there. I'll lighten up his ear. Let's get some lighter stuff going on his jaw over here. Again, just letting that mix with what's already there. Now I do have this. We'll use this as a blending brush now. There you go. Like that. Yeah, sure, we'll lighten this up too. So I'm not, well, it's getting late there already. I wasn't sure if you had to skedaddle off to Betty by there. But I just want to know, thank you so much. That is appreciated. Well, let's put it this way, it was nice to have a A nice surprise sitting out on the front door for a change after this week. Because all of a sudden you're just like, man, what other kind of mischief might be outside that door? Now let's get a little bit more of our yellow and some of the radiant green into that. Here, let's get the arm right here. We'll lighten this up a smidge here. Okay, and let's do this and more of our light this way, also on his arm there. Oh geez, yeah, we can really make that much lighter. Still will utilize the blending brush though. Always going to make sure I can utilize that. I'll lighten this up a bit. Not too much. Yeah, we'll come back at with some of that radiant violet / Egyptian violet mix in some of the crevices. Let's see if I can get some light on the top edges of these grenades here. Fast matte white. Well, plus whatever other dingy stuff is also on the brush now. Get a little bit of our lights on the top edges of these parts of the grenades here. Maybe could have a little less thinner on this. Let's lighten you up too. And then we've got a whole bunch of our bullets right here. We got some shell casings. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll hit a little bit of that lighter gray down here too. We will come back and we're going to take away some of this lighter line that we've done here. You get kind of used to doing that with the oil paints. Oh, that's what okay, those are the tops of them there. Where's my micro blend? There you are. I can already take some of that away. Use some of that over here too. How's about we lighten this up? This too, perhaps. That might have to go opposite with that. Might have to make that dark. But this is the nifty thing about the oils, is being able to make changes. Oh, and by the way, this is an hour. Yeah, this whole deal right now, we have spent 1 hour, 1 minute, and 18 seconds. And if we need to make any change, we could wipe this thing off of this banner in 2 seconds, and we could start with something entirely new. I'm not planning to do that. We have done stuff like that, though, in the past. It's happened. Just kind of looked at it and said, no, that's just not working. Let's try something else. Is there? Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Oh, and now let's start thinking about maybe some of our lighter rust color here, too. Basically, kind of your Terra Rosa. So let's kind of go with that. Now, where's my blending brush there? I mean, That's precision brushwork, without a doubt. We'll take this and we'll push that around. Now it's nowhere near what that was, right? Not quite so violent there. What about this? Is this supposed to be... Now, those are supposed to be, but I'm not so sure about this. I don't think so. Asphalt, maybe. And we'll grab some of our radiant magenta even. Gotta kind of get it off of that yellow a little bit. Thanks, Armored Wolf, for posting a link to the Patreon page. There will be, at least there's been a video filmed. If I can get that edited and rendered, I can hopefully get that posted tomorrow. So again, we apologize for the delay. Normally, there's 10 videos every single month. I think this month we might not quite do the 10. Hey, Zerbads, nice to see you back. I hope that you're having yourself a good... It is a happy Friday, right? Yes, it is. That's right, it's a happy Friday. So yeah, where's our big boss? Here's our big boss, man. So that is Big Boss. We painted him last night, and of course here was two of his little buddies that we painted on Monday. That was our Monday stream right there. And actually, as Zerbads, the last time I did a 40k orc, we've done plenty of fantasy orcs, but where's our Def Copter? Here, get into the chopper. There you go. So yeah, that was the last 40k orc that I remember painting on stream. We've kind of rectified that this week. What have we done? This is number 5 right here. Oh, and there's still that one over there too. All right, here, let's keep going with our, again, this is some Radiant Magenta of all things. Yeah, say basically almost like a pinkish color here for our orc, because, I mean, what else? And we'll lighten up this a bit here. Maybe even get that little texture, because we can do that. Now I will be prepping that Shatterpoint stuff that arrived earlier this week. I think it was earlier this week, yeah. I will try to get that prepped, and that'll be, I think, part of our November painting extravaganza. There's more Candace stuff that has to be done. And then I will, well, of course, we've got Armada stuff that we want to start doing again, and then, of course, we will start painting up some ornaments. We'll start getting those painted up. And of course, the round ones that we've done for a few years, we'll do those too, but then we also have the flat ones that Megan introduced me to. So yes, we will try to get into the holiday spirit with some ornaments. I might actually put some of that crazy radiant magenta stuff over here. Now, where's my... Not this one. We'll use this one here. I'm going to try and lighten up our rust to be more like what we've got on this guy over here. That's going to go into this Terra Rosa. Here, let me clean up this handle real quick here. A little bit of a thinner, not as much as the first go round here, but still relatively thin. Get that down into our concrete here. Oh geez, Megan, well, actually, is anybody going to be playing games, or whether it's Squeeze doing some more 40K stuff, and hopefully the printer is also behaving itself. I might have asked that in an Instagram message there, but I wasn't sure if I've asked lately if that printer's been kind of behaving itself and doing what it should be doing. Now that just got a little bit of my cleaner over there. We don't want that. Azerbaijan, you have a good one. Actually, well, that's something that I would have been doing by now if it wasn't for all the other crazy stuff. Would have been starting the kitchen floor stuff. There's actually a 6th batch of kitchen flooring that's coming this way, I guess November 4th or whatever. That should be interesting. Now, Omega, I wasn't sure if, well, there was going to be any playing of games there this weekend, whether it was Squeeze doing the 40K thing, or maybe if you had some folks that you would be playing with, and are you still doing BG3 on Discord? Because it seems like that game has had a lot of life to it, or legs to it, I guess maybe that's the term. People are just still playing that like crazy. Hey there, Aura, how you doing? So Aura, I wasn't able to find, now of course I couldn't just do a search back to, because it was years ago when I bought those other, yeah, the train that you see all the time. But I think there was actually, now it's more pricey than the other one, but I think it's actually a better train. I think it's actually better than the one that I would have been looking for. It might be slightly bigger. I don't think it's going to be quite as, I don't know, maybe not quite so realistically proportioned. Maybe there'll be a tiny bit of fudging on the proportions, but, well, it should be making all the same kind of sounds, but it might also, if I put water in it, it might actually make smoke or steam. And I was starting to wonder if I should orcify the entire train, not just the engine, but also the entire train. Gee, was still doing D4, holy smokes. Because that came a month before BG3, right, Megan? Now, I hope hopefully that actually happens there, for sure. And again, sorry I haven't had a chance to join in any of the Discord fun. Or that cord. Let me get just a little bit of this up here too. So yeah, Aura, I was just thinking that maybe we do all of them, the coal tender and then the other cars and such. And while I don't know where the orc bits are, because we were in the process of making orc armies there, so maybe I just, if I can find some of that orky stuff, maybe we can utilize some of that now. Here, let me see if we can start doing some more on our bit of freehand over here, because that's had a chance to set for a bit, I think. Do we do the one that has little craters on there and the ears on it? Maybe we do. I don't know, but I'm gonna take this and we're gonna Take some of that away. Now we'll grab our Indian yellow once again, bring that over here. Like this, maybe even a little bit of the Terra Rosa. Alright, might have, gee whiz, do I need to throw more Indian yellow out here? Of course, we have to make it so that we can actually get that on screen. I just thought, well, I could at least throw lots of DACA on there, right? And lots of just metal plates and crazy stuff like that. I'm sure that we're not the first folks to think of it, right, Aura? So I'm sure there's probably some interesting examples of that all over the place on Insta and such, and Facebook. Unless we are the first ones to think of it. A Christmas train that's a WOG Christmas train. Fine, I'll put a little bit more of the yellow along this edge here. Yeah, or not too many orc trains traveling around the Christmas tree. And I suppose we could paint some orky ornaments too. I think we certainly need to have an Isengard ornament. We never did one of those. Well, we did the Tower of Isengard, but you might need to have some like Hand of Sauron ornament. I'm gonna bring this down over this way, get a little bit more of the yellow on here. Well, the more intense yellow anyway. What's happening over here with this? Yeah, let's get some of this light down here. And at a certain point, we do have to start coming back with some darker things here on the Bad Moon face here on our banner. I'm going to see if I can't get some of this more orangey yellow on here too. Because, well, reasons. Let's see. Or was that was that a couple of years ago they came out with the Red Goblin, the Santa Claus thing? Or was it more like 4 years ago? It's a little foggy. Now, I know it had to be at least 2 years ago, maybe 3. And yeah, there we go. It's more of an intense yellow. Not the other stuff was light, but it wasn't really a very intense yellow at all. We should probably carry that all the way over here. There we go. Now, of course, but there's still the hype train that we wanted to paint, and hype train Christmas cookie colors. Like these. But still do all the weathering on them, because of course. So there was one 4 years ago, and well, then as recently as 2 years ago. Because that's where I was thinking. That's where I was thinking about getting one of those for Kathy, I think. Yeah, and 2 years ago, just too crazy at that time. I think we might have gotten. Maybe did we get one 4 years ago? I don't think so. Or no, maybe yeah, we did. Where's my again? Right now, anything involving memory is not going to be ideal. The lack of sleep and everything else. Yeah, because even last night still, sleep not necessarily a lot of. Yeah, using the blending brush here. That makes all of this so really so easy. We could do, well, no, I won't do the black flame. Then we'll leave it simple like this. We'll just have this symbol and keep it at that. Now let's start putting some of the darker stuff, like the mouth in here. He's also got himself a tooth there, I guess. Let's do the nose coming up like this. And then his eye goes maybe right there, I suppose. Also got the whole red tongue thing happening. We'll get that out there too. Let's clean up these guys. Now that we've got our darker stuff out here, yeah, it's better. Grab some of this Naphthol red or Naption red. And we'll do a little bit of a, here's his tongue. It's going to go down like this and up around. Whoops, wrong batch. Comes down and then around like this. Guess we'll thin that down a little. So down and around like that. Blending brush, where'd you go, my little one? There you are. And there, we took away a little bit of that. There's our nice little crazy tongue there. We'll get some of this red in a few other places. Maybe some of that along here, where we got the scar. Alright, let me see if we can do more of our dark here, and the nose needs to come down like this, and then it has to come up like this. There's his eye. Once again, maybe we sharpen up that edge a little too while we're at it. So again, a happy Friday to everybody except, well, except where applicable, like for Aura, where it's a happy Saturday. And that's good. Now let's see if we can give him maybe his eye over here. Oh, it shows it as being more of a red, but I'm going to try this first. Almost kind of an orangey pink. Where would that go? I'm going to see right here. And then we'll give him his little tooth there. Oh, see if we can lighten this up here too a bit. Even, yeah, let's go a little further with that now. Brilliant yellow pale, maybe. Touch of our yellow there, but now much more with the brilliant yellow pale. Hopefully the opacity of that Also, not going to thin it down a whole bunch. We're going to see what happens when that is thicker. And see that the thick sticks to thin and vice versa. Let me see what happens when we go with doing the crazy little ear over here. Wasn't going to do that at first, but saw that and it looked kind of interesting. So, and there's this little earring right there. We'll also go later with the yellow on our flag and also on the orc himself. And what are we at? Yeah, not even 90 minutes in. Still not quite 90 minutes. And this guy was he was nothing but primer when we started. That's pretty much how it is here. This stuff goes from primer to painted. Unless something really, really weird happens during the stream. Alright, well, Halligan, you have yourself a good one. Thanks so much for being here. And Halligan, just to maybe shoot me a message if I don't remember to send you the pictures of that teardown process, just to shoot me a message, say, hey, can you share me some pictures of what that looked like as that was coming down. So again, Halligan, you have yourself a good one. Appreciate you being here as always. I'm going to take my lighter stuff here. And we're going to have to go, I think, yeah, kind of strong with... Let me also elongate that a little bit, make that maybe stand out a little bit more. So Megan, now, again, has the print, that was the other question too, is has the printer been behaving itself? Because those things, again, much like hobbits, they are tricksy and false. They do things they should not be doing. A little bit more of the lighter yellow there, and then onto a blending brush like this here. See that we can pull that right up next to that. Imagine how hard it would have been to do all kinds of layering right there. We don't hashtag no layers. You don't need to be doing that. I might actually move this down just a smidge here. This probably should be lighter as well. Here, let me go back to the more orangey yellow. That is sort of facing upward. That would catch a little more light than that area, say over there. There you go. Again, hailing it, and good luck on the journey to Indianapolis, that Big Ten title game. Because you just getting there would certainly be more fun than not. There's worse seasons to have, right? Once again, going to put some of the lighter yellow in here. It's going to go out here too. This way. Blending brush, where'd you go? We'll use the small, no, we'll use this one. We'll stick with this one here. And that's just, we're not doing this, that's just going to smear it and smudge it. What we're doing is kind of poking at it like that. Mr. Skelly Friend probably also needs to get a little bit later at some point. We'll do that eventually. Where's my... there's a little fast matte white over there. Make those a little lighter. Now the skull up here, let me see what we can do up here. And now let's go this way. More light on that cheekbone. And let's do our, yeah, blending brush. Take that light, push it down either side there. These checkerboards up here, let me see if I can make those a little lighter. Again, we sketched these out a while ago, so yeah, see the paint's a little bit more set. I can actually get more of that light color on there. Yeah, I wasn't able to do this as recently as about half an hour ago. Also, notice what you don't see. You don't see my hand gripping the ferrule of that brush, trying to crush it or whatever. Caress the brush. Don't crush the brush. That certainly could use some more of our light here. This next little square. Yes. We'll do that square too. And let's get this one. There, I can sort of leave those be a little bit maybe darker. This one though probably should be I think lighter. It is again facing up towards where the light is, so now they also have the, well, stitches, whatever those are. Any lighter on the green? So yes, I can do that a little lighter up here. Just an indication of that. Now, the other thing we've been doing on all the pairs of the pants, and you can really see it on the big boss man. Where is he? Here he is. You can really see that's that pearline black. See all that green that worked its way in there? Even though you think, oh, it's a lot of browns and reddish browns and everything, there's actually a bunch of green in the all those leathers there. Well, let's see. How long have we been doing? We've been doing this 94 minutes. Should be interesting to see what the yellows and the greens do in a film noir. Let me just get the last here bit of this, because otherwise we'll forget that. And then we'll get to a bit of film noir. Also, here, where's Big Boss Man? We'll grab him too, because there's something I want to see there. Okay, so let's do this in film noir. Down, that's, everything just kind of looks white. Yeah, just it's interesting. You don't see that difference between the green. You certainly don't see the violet, right, in the shadow areas of the skin tone. That's something we've done on all of these guys. Remember, every single one, we've done that. Now here, okay, same deal. Now, let me grab my brush so we can point here. So take a look, see this, what you see in here. When we bring the color back, you're going to see that green. And that's that kind of bluish green. That's the pearline black that starts to emerge in the shadows there. See, there's a little batch of it here. Oh, you see it right there? Some of it down there. There's another batch over here and such. That's what we mean by that color and temperature contrast. Hey there, Erican Wife. How you doing? Everybody, please give Erican Wife a follow. So Arid, Hope that you're able to have a good night's sleep there, and glad that you were able to have a really successful stream, as always. Everybody, please give Arid Canwife a follow if you can, and of course, Arid, feel free to post your Pinstagram stuff. So yes, tomorrow. Actually, Arid, can you give folks the time on that? I know you said what it was, but my brain doesn't do well on brain things right now, especially brain things that involve memory. So everybody, please check out that Pinterest link there, and then of course, please give Arid a follow if you could. So Arid's 2-year stream anniversary, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Give Arid a follow, then you'll get the notification, and you can do the big hype train. Yes, you can get a hype train going for Arid. So Arid, I did look around for couldn't find the little train toy that I already have. I'm sure I'll just have to go back like a couple of years, 3 years or whatever, find the ones that I actually got. But this other one was kind of a bit nicer. So I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. Also, too, it kind of depends on how big it is. It was kind of hard to tell from the photos. I don't want to say the photos were a little jinky, but let's just say that Photoshop was involved. So there might have been a little bit of mischievous behavior with the pictures on those. Now we can actually, if we want to, zoom in a little closer. I forgot everything is kind of closer because of painting the hobbitses in that tutorial video. Might have to throw some more of our light onto the ropes here. Yeah. So again, everybody, please give Arid Canwife a follow. 1 p.m. Pacific, 2-year stream anniversary. I'm gonna see if we can do the eyes here. That might be a little too thin at first, but let's see what we got here. Let's see what we have. That one worked out okay. Darken this up. No, not gonna mess with that right now. Let's just do this first. And let's do some of this. All right. Boom. And let's reinforce that jar and a couple of other ones here on these rounds of ammo. The grenade, gotta do a similar thing on that. So these are 3D printed from Hardcore Miniatures. And this is the latest. We got another one over here. And here's the two kind of regular, just your regular guys right there. Then there was one of our Shuda, there's maybe a Luda, but he's got himself a giant badger airbrush, because that looks very much like the cup on an airbrush right there. Now, thanks Blazing Treat Terrain. And then this is the big boss. Now, speaking of 3D printing, all of this stuff right here, those are 3D printing supports, and that's bulletin board cork. So bulletin board cork, 3D printing supports, and the orcs. These are quite literally these supports that these orcs were printed on. So that's we try to be a maximum efficiency with resources, don't we? So yeah, Blazing Blazing Tree terrain. It just that's kind of hilarious to think of that as just a big old Badger airbrush, because especially since when I used an airbrush, it was mostly set to about 45 to 50 psi. So somebody was 6 feet away from me, I could pretty easily reach them. Because of course, why not? If you could spray somebody with an airbrush, why wouldn't you do that? It was always entertaining to see the reaction. Always kind of thought of airbrushes as concealed water cannons. Except water cannons that can actually shoot some colors there and make people very colorful. I'll see it a bit there, Arid. See you in a little bit. So yeah, I would be at the Badger booth and at a Gen Con there, and people would ask what PSI that I was using, and I would point to Ken, who was about 6 or 7 feet away, and I'd say, well, if I can hit him over there, I'm guessing it's probably around 50 psi. And next thing you know, he would kind of be brushing his arm because he thought, there was a cold breeze or something like that. And then he would look over at me and realize that once again I had just used him as an example of PSI. So there's been multiple times, and of course, anytime somebody from across the table wanted to, I don't know, tell a little bit of a joke or something like that, and if it was at my expense, I'd say, that's very funny. That's a ripping joke right there. That's a cracker. And then I would immediately spray them with a whole bunch of ghost tints. Yeah, that was, let's just put it that way. Those are kind of staining. Yeah, some of them kind of have about the consistency, like the Egyptian violet routine there. Yep, Tarzan. Well, let's see. What is it? Oh yeah, the respect the umber, but you gotta have that mid-tone. Hey there, Valfera. Boy, it's great to see you. It is great to see you. Everybody say hello to Valfera. And again, to keep sending good vibes, good wishes to Valfera's family and such as well. Keep those good vibes going. Where's let's do this. Yeah. So Valfera early right, I would have been streaming sooner, but there was a bunch of messages I had to send, and then of course Megan was very enterprising, and Megan sent well, there's some chocolate covered raisins here now. Yes, also these. Here we go. So we're going to make certain use of those for sure. And again, everybody please, good vibes, send those Valfera's way. And again, everybody keep Valfera in your thoughts. That would be very, very kind to everybody. What can we do with... We'll wait on that. We'll wait on that. Arda Michael, that's it's all part of the new what is that, the new society there, right? Where you'll eat bugs and you will like it. So yeah, that's an experimental food approved by Bill Gates. So it's actual grasshoppers. So I don't know, 5 years from now when you go to the store and you get your grasshopper steaks and your grasshopper pie and your grasshopper turkey, you'll have quite the Thanksgiving feast of grasshoppers. They stay crunchy in milk, I hear. Let me see if we can't get a little bit more of that light up here on Mr. Skelly friend. Yeah, that works. That works. So I promised Megan that I would not eat all of the chocolate-covered raisins immediately after the stream. Again, should you see a giant mushroom cloud covering the Great Lakes region, then you know that I was less successful in that quest. Now, let me see if I can get... this is the thing I'm looking for here. We'll use this side. Use this over here. Let's get a little thinner under that brush. So this, well, some kind of a gray here. Got to get some of that over here. And that will now mix into the black that is there. Do the same on this side. Once again, going to mix into the black that's there. Well, Valfira, it is an area of effect weapon. It's, yeah, that can't be helped, I guess. And well, it's whatever you got to do to accomplish the mission, right, Valfira? You just you want to make sure that the target is you want to make sure that you've acquired the target and taken out the target. That's now by extending that radius by, I don't know, a good 20 or 30 miles in every direction. Actually, yeah, Valfred, it's like a fireball in a dumpster. It's much like the, oh yeah, my neck tourniquet. Yes, that was my first response, first aid wise. So yeah, nobody ever asked me to do first aid on them because the neck tourniquet was always going to be the first and last bit of first aid. It was first aid and last aid. Now again, Artemichael, some must be sacrificed, some more than others. Now, of course, now see, that's it. Remember when I was in Boy Scouts, one of the things that was in our citizenship merit badge, you had to lay out a bomb shelter. You had to say what the materials were going to be. You had to show where it was going to be in the house, how you were going to construct it. We have a severe lack of preparation in society today. So if you had a bomb shelter and someone were to consume an inordinate amount of chocolate-covered raisins, then you would be prepared for such an eventuality. Now, there is actually, you know what, there is, we need to separate that. Okay, let's do that. So like I said, a certain measure of deforestation might also come with that, but, again, it's all for the greater good. There was some more of our light up there. Okay, that worked out. Maybe, now we'll wait. Some of these little squares over here will be nice to make those lighter, but we'll have to wait for that paint to set a little bit more. Let's do this. So Velfield, we were trying to figure out if there was any kind of worthy gridiron events coming up on Saturday. There's few and far between. It's not quite like this last weekend where you had some epic, top 10 altering events there. I mean, there's the possibility for upsets, but there's I think the only kind of somewhat top-ish matchup happens in the pack whatever. Pack 10, 12, 3.5, however many teams are left in there. Not too many, I don't think. Now again, we're trying to get a little bit more of our light here on the yellow back here. Not too much as we get further down. It's about it. Not down there. That's kind of in shadow. Well, you can't even see it either, so there's not much point in messing with that either, is there? And this is it's been very fun replicating what we had on his. Right there, you can kind of see a small version of it on his shoulder there. I might come back with some asphaltum on that. Here too, yeah. When in doubt, make things darker. Been making things lighter, going, okay, we're not getting a big difference with the result. Maybe we swing that around, go the other way with it. So we'll get, once again, we'll get our asphaltum out here. Not quite a pin line wash though. Relatively thin. Yeah, let's darken that down there. And we'll take our micro blending brush, push that up here. We'll do a similar thing, especially since that's crossing over our little freehand on the banner. Oh, hey, oh, geez, Velfred, completely forgot. If you wanted to shear your dragon, that'd be sensational. I know that you would much rather right now be working on your latest piece than obviously kind of focusing where you are. So here's hoping that you get to kind of go back to that for just a little bit of a detoxing right there. Yeah, we could use just a little bit of that, couldn't we? Yes, we could. Now we'll darken this down in here too.
Little hobbit, spark my ganja.
And we'll also welcome our newest little hobbit. Oh boy, Velfair. Oh, you didn't get to see. There was some fun interaction. Thank you so much, Panda Moose. I appreciate that. And on comes Gandalf. He's like, ooh, hey, you see that bridge over there? He's like, what bridge? He's like, that one over there. He's like, oh, that looks really narrow. He's like, yeah, it is, but you're not too big. It's like, so what do you want? It's like, well, why don't you walk over to the other side of that? It's like, dude, I got this big banner. They told me to just stand here with this. It's like, well, you can walk around with that. It's like, no, no, no. They said take this banner, and they said stand here. It's like, so you're just gonna like stay there and not move anymore. It's like, well, I do kind of have to use the bathroom. So thank you so much, Panda Moose. Appreciate that follow. Gandalf loves all of his little hobbits, obviously. Thank you so much. You know what? We'll throw a little bit of this, some of the asphaltum up here, like so. Darken this down. Okay. Oh yeah, here. There we go. Yeah, let's get some of this on our yellow here. This is in shadow anyway, so it should be darker. That is going to get a little bit of our Prussian blue. Where you at? There you are. And now let's bring that down to either side. Here with we'll just use this as a blending brush for all intents and purposes. Now let's get a little reflected light down here. It is kind of funny here, Velfira, with the 3D printed stuff. All of the bolters are drilled out, so not gonna get that hassle. Like, did you drill out the bolters? Why didn't you drill out the bolters? Which, well, yeah, that was a huge favorite to hear. Like, why don't you drill out the bolters? It's your bolt, you can drill out all the bolters you want on your miniatures. Have at it. Drill every single one out of there. I'll just paint in that effect. Thank you very much. That'll take a little less time. Once again, we're using a bit of our radiant magenta there. Now we'll mix that with some of our, the radiant magenta, mixing it with our very light green. See if we can't also get a little something on his, it's not really a bolter. I think they maybe just call them shooters, I guess. I'll lighten this up too. Just a smidge there. Oh, and by the way, not even 2 hours. 1 hour and 57 minutes. That's all that took. We'll lighten that up too. Oh yeah, this probably needs a little something down here. That's just kind of all very much just a whole bunch of dark there. Okay, that's got too much thinner in it, so we're gonna have to pull some of our other mix in there to actually get that thicker again. Once again, we'll make this lighter. We have our little bits of ammunition there. How's about we also now take that perline black? It's like we did with the big boss, remember? That's a dark green. That's going to go in the shadows of all this reddish brown. I say it over and over and over again, right? You want things to look different. You want things to look interesting, especially if you're doing contest stuff. Well, you say, hey, guess what? This brownish color, kind of tinted towards the red. Well, some of the darker shadow areas of that have a dark green in them. That should get people to notice. I think so. All right, now here we got a little bit of the radiant violet. See what I can do right over here. This way. Now, maybe we do a little more rust on his boots. Sure. Well, lighter rust, that is. Like mostly Terra Rosa. A little bit of this, but mostly the Terra Rosa. And do we have a little bit of that on the banner pole? It kind of looks like a rusted pipe, doesn't it? Well, that's the hope, anyways. Kind of like all of our rusted rebar there. Oh yeah, here. That's one way we can get this to stand out from the actual flag itself, is just to make this whole banner pole just a whole bunch of rusty. Let's do that. Maybe a little bit lighter with our rust color. That hopefully has some, yeah, that's got some more of our orange in it. The other stuff is a little bit on the yellowish side. And let's do a little more over here. Some down there. Okay, more of a dark there. Or more of a later rust, sorry. I'm not going to put that over on their grenades. Oh, bottom of these grenades. First, speaking of some dark, we'll put this here. Gonna have to thin that down Also, too, this I was talking about on the video that I was filming. I started noticing last night on stream that this brush here was starting to get towards its retirement age, or at least its retirement for kind of the high-level painting stuff, the super detailed stuff. It's going to start maybe heading off into, well, we'll use this for really super targeted pinline washes and such, because yeah, it's getting a little bit beat up, a little worn out. But remember just how much of a beating something like this takes for a $5.30 brush, as opposed to the sable brush, which, well, doesn't last 1/3 as long at 3 times the price. So these are the, there we go, the Princeton short liner brushes. Now the short refers to the handle, not the bristles. So the whole point of these liner brushes is to have those longer bristles, which also, as you can see, they're pretty sturdy, right? I can go whichever direction I need to. I can even dry brush with this. You can't do that with a sable brush. Can't do that at all. Now, oh, you know what we need to do? We need to get some of this. So this is that more bluish green right here. And that's going to go over here. Same over here on this side. Don't necessarily need it to look like, well, metal. Although I am going to try and lighten this up here. And we do have these little, some kind of metal studs coming through it there. I might have to restore some of that color over here. And then this might need to get no, I think we, okay, yeah. I just forgot that this fast matte weight is newer than I thought, because I was using it to film that video, again, that I just did right before we started the stream. So again, the voice is a little bit on the gravelly side. It's because I figured that the stream has been about 2.5 hours longer. So yeah, actually, I still haven't streamed as long as I was filming the video. And here, let me get a little bit more on my light on the, again, that's the bulletin board cork. One of the keys that I've really started to notice is that the hot glue really is a great way of working with the bulletin board cork and the cork bark too. So Art of Michael, has your battle company started yet? I know that was something we were discussing. Maybe not in the last stream, either the last stream, the one before that. I'll drag this right down here. Might let that get a little lighter, and also here. Again, you can see where I'm holding the brush. You can just put the 2 fingers and that's it. Blending brush here, blending brush up here, blending brush everywhere. I know there's got to be a little more light on the top of this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that a metal? Oh, okay. That's a metal spike there. All right. For whatever reason, haven't been thinking of it as something like that, but probably should have. Okay. And, oh, yeah, let's not have that piece of fuzz on the end of the brush, though. Okay, that's better. See if we can lighten this side of our little skelly friend here. I'll lighten you too. And now let's get back over here to these little squares. Yeah, Velfira, it's that's when the call of nature hits, you can't put that one on hold. Well, you can. You can, especially if you have some form of adult diaper on or something like that. Which for streaming, of course, that's I think we were going to call those, yeah, like stream helpers or something like that. So on those really long, super long streams where you just can't get off to the facility, you just have one of those. And well, you do what you gotta do. Now let me see if I can lighten this up a little bit more too here. Oh yeah, so that also too. So that was I tried getting some paint on there. I don't know about 30 minutes ago ish, and even there it just said nope, this paint is not set enough. You have to wait longer for this paint to set.
So say we all.
Hey there, Horns fan. How you doing? Actually, Horns fan, there's a really weird matchup. It's kind of a weird matchup for Texas this weekend here. So yeah, Horns fan, I think I think you heard about the events of this week, which well, that that was a little bit like that was kind of like that last second thing to Oklahoma. That was is kind of shocking there. But yeah, there's not a lot of shall we say top 10 potentially altering games unless something goes really, really pear-shaped, which could happen. But yeah, not quite. I think this last weekend, I mean, they weren't necessarily all mega matchups, but there were some significant ones. I think this weekend, not we're not treated to quite the same. Again, unless something funky happens. No, this here, this little earring thing. We'll try and get a little bit lighter on that too. Like, yeah, something like that. Oh, Jesus, this one too frayed here. Let's do that. Let's do that, and let's see if we can get a little more of this light up here too on this Bad Moon. I don't know, Horns fan. I don't think you would be surprised that let's get some rust on this because that has actually metal there. If this is going to be a 7-game adventure here, I think it's definitely this postseason is going into November. I don't see any other way around that. Of course, I might be instantly proven wrong, but I'm thinking no, this is going to be a November classic here. Yep, that's the one I was thinking of, Horns fan. I was like, literally the last time I saw a BYU game, Jim McMahon was the quarterback. And that was the quarterback that won the Bears the Super Bowl, as in Super Bowl 20. So it's been a while since I've seen BYU play. I know there was some other years they had some success, obviously pre FBS, but yeah, it's like that was a long time ago. Ah, that's right. We were talking about getting a little bit of Artura Rosa in here on the. Ah, there we go. This schnoz looks a little bit better there now. Yes, while this is yellow, it still has to have some shading in there. Actually, Horns fan, I'm trying to think if his NFL career was all that spectacular. Oh, geez, Velfira. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And again, everybody, please send good vibes Valfera's way too. Yeah, let's see. Where's our? This is the guy. Remember him from Thursday? No, from Monday. Yeah, from the Monday stream right there. Grand Oracle, how you doing? Much appreciated on the bits is there. Oh, there goes one of those shamrocks just leaping right out of there. Holy smokes. So Grand Oracle, hopefully your training there has been going well. Here's hoping that you're all ready for that and won't be needing any kind of resuscitation by the scouts or anything. Grand Oracle, it's well, it was a much later start because I was desperately trying to film the video that got fouled up on Wednesday. Thank you so much, Horns fan. Well, here you go. You could well, it doesn't matter whether it's BYU or FSU. It doesn't matter. Well, Florida State would be a little bit of a ratings booster for you, but still, wins are wins, right? Survive in advance. Thanks, Grand Oracle. So yeah, Grand Oracle, I was painting up the, I was trying to do that Hobbit video. The one that got kind of wiped out by those events. Well, now the positive aspect of that, Velfira, is that it works every time. At least it does. It's the ultimate painkiller. It does work very well for that. It's very effective, and you just don't feel anything afterwards. Especially after, what would you say, about a minute and a half. So Horns fan, it was okay. It's and you have Grand Oracle kind of looked it up, and it has to be with an X amount of minutes. And when I looked back at the timeline, instead of being within 4 minutes or whatever, it was 6 or 7. So actually, it wasn't any foul play. It was just, well, it was a timing. It was kind of like a broken play in football, where you can just kind of tell the timing is all off, and the receiver maybe breaks off that route, and the guy in motion is maybe going a little bit too fast or something like that. Thank you so much, Grand Oracle. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Look at that Tarzan getting a gift sub. Actually, Hornsale, you heard the discussion about how we want to orcify a hype train. And earlier today, I was looking on Amazon to see if I could get the trains that I'd gotten before. Now, what I might just do is, because somewhere, well, where is it here? I do have one of these that's already primed, actually. I have to locate that one. And maybe we do some alteration of that. But there was another train that might be snazzier than that actually, if you put, all you have to do is put water in the stack and it actually makes smoke. So could you imagine a train moving across the screen here and there's smoke coming out of it? I'm not quite sure how that would work. I don't think it would be sort of difficult to do that during the stream, although maybe we could. But I'm thinking for what, a level 3 hype train, that would be a WOG train, because level 1 is the train, level 2 is the cookie, so then level 3 and above would be a WOG train, wouldn't it? I don't know, that sounds good to me. I don't know if that sounds good to folks in the chat. But it's always been like, okay, well, what do we do for a level 3 hype train? Now I think we know. Let's see if I can't get this down. That's about as light as I can get that right over here. That's as light as I can make that. So we got our light in a few different places here. Yeah, Horns fan, and that's always been there since the get-go, right? It's sitting up on top of that left field wall. That's got to be that has to be at least 400 feet up. I swear, because it's on top of a very tall grandstand already, because it's the bullpen is underneath there, right? Yeah, there's the bullpen on the ground level. Then there's some stands on top of that. Then there's there's a scoreboard. There's fans. There's a scoreboard. There's the bullpens, and then the train is all the way up on top, right where the roof is. And there is some dude that sits up there on that train. It's not just a remote operated train. And let's get this a little later over here too. So that should be it. Now, of course, Aura, because I was talking about the whole Christmas train, right? And Aura said it should be like was it the red gobbo? Oh, you know what? Back to our green over here. Oh, we got his. Yeah, there's no glove on his hand there, so let's get a little bit of our green into here. So again, Grand Oracle, fantastic to see you. And like I said, the start time here was a wee bit later. However, we also it was perfect because we were able to retrieve some things that Megan was very kind to send. These among them, right there. Yeah. But oh, look at this. These are super healthy. They have no high fructose corn syrup. So this is like health food right here. Oh, well, actually, well, here, Velfair, hopefully, I don't know. I think if somebody, your next visit says, oh, maybe you can get a few more of these, that, and the other, you're just going to be like, you're going to say, you're going to tell them where they can put those pounds. I don't think you'll be very much in the mood for that. But great to see you here, Valfair. And again, everybody send best vibes Valfair's way. Please go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's do that. Now these, again, these are 3D printed from Hardcore Miniatures. I really wasn't expecting these to be quite so entertaining. Now well, they're orcs. We'll do orky stuff on them. But there's been some fun little details on these guys, that's for sure. Much too, again, I really wasn't expecting that. I'm too used to Games Workshop orcs. Maybe that's it. Yes, I have a Games Workshop orc taint. Now I also have a considerable amount of Lord of the Rings orcs that are prepped now. Those are the ones from Printing Goes Ever On that are actually on bases made by Printing Goes Ever On. I want to try and get that orc armada ship together. Maybe we paint that up on Monday. Again, I would love to be able to stream on Sunday and do a Kathy miniature there, but I don't think the timing is going to work. Because I think I'll be out of here potentially, I don't know, maybe even by 4 o'clock or something on, mostly because someone has to come and get me now. Since we're much like Landrast's blank canvas miniatures that have that feature of having no paint on them. We're kind of transport free right now. Although Let's see. I don't know. A Thunderhawk would be nice. I'd settle for a Chimera even. But a Thunderhawk transport wouldn't be too bad. That way, once again, we could, if any significant hazards come along the journey, we just we give them a little bit of DACA and that's it. Threat neutralized. Any more of our... Okay, so this pole right here, we did some of the rust on there. No. Let's go back to our... This. That is the radiant blue. We'll do something like this, and then maybe a little lighter like this here. A little lighter like that. A little further like that. Okay, and that's it there. Boom. That's another place here. Let me get this dingy gray out of the brush here. Back to the fast matte white. And this shooter right here. Let's get some glinty light things on that. Oh, we also, I think we need to maybe either enhance the rust on this. I forgot. Do we want to make that more yellow? I'm not quite sure. We have plenty of yellow on this already. I don't know if we need more of that.